Hi folks, it is hard to start to live in a new country and try to adapt. In this video, I will give you some tips that help me adapt to the life a bit better in the Netherlands and enjoy my life a bit more, meet new people. So if you're interested in that, this video is for you. One of the first things that you should start doing is embracing the culture, letting go of some of the preconceived ideas that you have. For example, in the Netherlands, most of the socializing happens in cafes, and usually there are alcoholic drinks there as well. To be honest, I was not very sure about that at the beginning because I've been raised without alcohol in the environment. I wouldn't go to places where there was alcohol consumption usually. But the thing is, in the Netherlands, you have to think the cafes as the cafes in your, well, especially if you're coming from the Middle East, as the cafes there. Basically, people drink some stuff, talk about life. So of course, you can go there and get a non-alcoholic drink. That's completely fine. Nobody, I don't know, I had some ideas that would be kind of like not so much fun, but you can always do that. Go there and yeah, other people can grab a beer, that is fine. And you can just drink a tea or something like that. Another thing that will help you, I think trying to learn the language kind of helps you adapt a bit more and kind of helps to understand your environment a bit more. And you kind of feel more relaxed in your environment because you can read the signs, you can understand the announcements, etc. So put some effort into learning the Dutch language, especially if you're staying more than 1 year. I would encourage you to start learning some Dutch so that you can kind of have some Dutch that helps you read some documents, read some news, etc. Another thing that you can do is try to date, especially, yeah, this goes for single people who started living in the Netherlands, and I think it's a good way to meet with a lot of new people and learn some tips from them actually. Actually, for example, in one of my dates that I learned that there's this Dutch language course that is actually free for Europeans and Turkish people. So you never know what you will learn. Of course, be safe, and especially if you're using online dating, so you can use Tinder or Bumble, or there are other apps as well. On Bumble, you also have an option to just meet with people who just want to be friends. So I actually meet one of my friends that I will meet today with her, and I think you should always strive to meet with new people because you don't know when you will have someone pleasant. So don't give up hope. So don't be only restricted to your work or school. Try to meet other people as well. Those people might even be better suited for your mindset. And it is nice to have, Netherlands is like a very international place, so you can meet a lot of people from different places. Attending some sort of a courses or classes is a good way to socialize and have more fun and have more friends. So for example, one of the first things that you can do is just go sign up for a Dutch course. Probably a place that is, you can try to find a place that is suitable for your age group and your like profession. That might not be always possible, but you can try to still do that so that, for example, there are a lot of young people in the class, then that will be more fun for you. Or you can try to go to sports classes, for example. You can try something called Class Pass. This is not sponsored by Class Pass, by the way, but you can just take for example, they have like 1 month free trial period. You can try that, see if you like it. For me, it was a bit too expensive after the free trial, so I gave up. But it was a nice way to kind of go into social gym classes and talk to people. It's a nice social outing at the end, even if you don't end up meeting anyone new. So I do suggest going to sports classes. Also, you can either get a membership at a gym or something, so you will have like a common place. Probably you'll meet some people there. So that's another option to meet new people and have a bit more social opportunity. Another thing that I suggest, use Meetup.com. So there are usually a lot of meetings for expat on there, especially for the Netherlands, but I assume in other countries as well. Yeah, be always mindful where you go, of course, but for example, there's something that I go that to practice Dutch while taking a tour around the city. It is fun. I've met some people there, and we had some nice gatherings. So you can try to do that. Another thing that I would suggest, this is a bit of a big one, but the thing is you can try to move to a bit more international places. And that is because these places have way more opportunities to meet with other people, and they're way more welcoming usually for international people. And it is way easier to meet with other people because sometimes it might be hard to connect or like meet with other Dutch people. So you end up not meeting anybody. For example, if you're living in a really small Dutch town, for example, it might make things difficult for you, then you might consider moving to somewhere a bit more international, like Den Haag or Rotterdam. I think that might make a difference. Another thing is getting some hobbies that you tell other people what you're going through, for example, could be helpful, because then you will attract other people that are going similar things as you. For example, you might make some connections over there, and even if connections and also sharing your experiences will definitely help you go through if you're like having some isolation and not having much to do. I would say, yeah, just go on YouTube or TikTok, or write a blog about your experiences. I'm sure there will be a lot of people that are experiencing the same things as you. When I downloaded the TikTok, and after a while, I thought how many people had like the same issues that I had. For example, it was hard to make really deep connections in a new country because most people are either temporary, or it is hard to make connections with local people because they already have their environment. But learning that other people also had the same issues really made me feel more comfortable. So you can do the same. Yeah, social media is an option as well. But at the same time, so these are my suggestions, but it's also important to, I think, acknowledge that the relationships and connections that you will have in a foreign country, in a country that is different than your home country, will definitely be different. And different doesn't necessarily mean it is going to be worse, but it is going to be different. I think embracing this fact will help you in appreciating the connections and friendships that you have. Otherwise, you always compare, for example, the friendships that you have here versus the ones that you had when back at home. I don't think that's like a good place to be. So these are my thoughts on how to adapt to living in the Netherlands, or these can apply to other countries as well. Hopefully this helps you. Thank you very much. See you next time.